Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the On the Gunline podcast. I'm your host, Lopez, and you're watching the On the Gunline podcast with me and my homeboy, Tyrone P. Portobello. He's on here with me today to shoot this shit, man. Honestly, we have nothing in mind. Just, one of those kick back, relax, the way it's supposed to be, just shoot the shit and chop it on up. So, with that being said, damn, I didn't even do my intro, did I? Gunline. Fire mission coming down, y'all. I'm your host, Lopez, and blah, 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 blah. With that being said, if this is your first time coming here to check out one of the podcasts, do me a favor and smash that subscribe button. If you get a chance and you dig this, hit a thumbs up. If you didn't dig it, hit a thumbs down. It's all gravy, but just give me a comment of what I did wrong or did good, or even a definite. Just something on there to show the algorithm on YouTube that we're communicating. All right. With that being said, I hope you guys have been enjoying the other On the Gunline Presents Vet Bro reactions and On the Gunline Presents Word on the Streets. I've been branching out with those, man. Trying to widen my horizons. Yeah. And it's funny because you're the one that when I started doing this, you gave me two pieces of advice. One was to take a picture of my very first area where I recorded, which I still have to this day, which I'll be putting up here in a couple of weeks. And the second one was not to get pigeonholed into one genre, which would just be like, military specific. You know what I mean?
No.
So I want to thank you for that. And whenever this podcast blows on up, you are going to have a permanent seat for whenever you decide to come. You know what I'm saying?
It's already blown up, man. I can't walk down the street without hearing people going, "Oh, D-Lo."
Well, I do recall that you did take a picture with someone that recognized you out there with old Sergeant Miller.
Well, yeah.
Master Sergeant Miller. Hopefully one day soon to be Command Sergeant Major of the Army, Sergeant Miller. All right, good. We went over the first 2 minutes without doing too much cussing. That means that I might get pushed a little more out in the atmosphere. Dude, so you're looking forward to just getting on out here soon, huh?
Yeah. 5 months. We got my VA appointments here in February, so that's gonna be fun and exciting. And I'm sure they've got everything in order. So it's the most efficient system that I'm ready to jump in. The customer service is going to be amazing from what I've heard, and the wait times are for an appointment or some of the fastest in the world. So
of course.
I'm ready for it.
Don't you know? I mean, that's where they're modeling this whole Obamacare from. This whole American Care Act or whatever. Yeah. They want it to be like the VA is, And I mean, if it's anything like that, it's going to be the most proficient, efficient way of medical service. I mean, I remember when I had a slip up back in 2018, maybe, where I hyperextended my right knee. And it was bad, bro. July the 4th week. And well, it was during July the 4th. I was tore up from the flow up. And anyway, so I went to the ER over here at BAMC, or SAMC, whatever the hell they call it now. But over here in San Antonio, right? They gave me an x-ray, bro. I'll tell you, because the next day I couldn't even put my toe down. That's how bad the pain was. It was like the most horrible pain I've literally ever experienced on my knee, bro. And so they took x-rays, but nothing was fractured. But they were like, as much pain as you're in, we want you to go see a a PCM or something like that, a specialist. Yeah. Like, all right, too easy, no, whatever. So I thought that it was going to be taken care of through the VA. But apparently it got taken care of through TRICARE. So when you retire, you're going to have the option of using your VA or TRICARE. All right. So I usually 9 times out of 10 stick with the VA just because I don't want there to be any, well, we didn't communicate with them and now we're missing paperwork. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so I go see this to this TRICARE, and it was off post, and this dude it was a major, bro. He was a major. And because of my pride, I refused to use the crutches. You know what I'm saying? Because I just felt like a broke dick walking with crutches, right? So I was just limping my gimp ass. You know what I'm saying? It's that 13 Bravo pride, baby. I go in there, and he's like, well, you seem to be walking pretty fine. I don't think it's that bad. I mean, if you're like that, here's what we'll do. We'll put you in a boot. and we'll order up an MRI. Okay, cool. I'm thinking the MRI was going to be done, you know, sometime within that week. Mind you, this happened July the 4th weekend. I went to go see that PCM or whatever, that primary care manager, whoever he was, probably like around a week after the ER visit, right?
Yeah.
No problem. They were like, yeah, you'll get a phone call to go ahead and get your MRI done. I did get a phone call about another week later, still in middle of July. My MRI was scheduled for the last week of September. Not that bad, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so gets better. Gets better. I don't know if I've told you about this,
Mm.
but or my listeners, but check it. I go finally get my MRI done, and during this whole time, I'm little by little just letting my knee get better on its own. You know what I'm saying? And I'm at the same time riding my motorcycle. So, anywho, hopefully I won't eat shit. But anyway, so check it, bro. I go and get my MRI done on a Friday. I remember it was on Friday over at the Air Force base here at Lackland.
Yeah.
That's the only benefit that we have so many different military hospitals here or military installations out here in San Antonio. I go get it done, right? Well, that Monday, early morning, like as soon as they must have opened up the damn the primary care provider's office. Staff Sergeant Lopez? Like, yes. He's like, yeah, we got the results of your MRI. Okay. He's like, how's your knee doing? And I'm like, well, I'm able to walk on it now. I can't pull all my pressure on it, but I'm able to walk on it semi-normally. He's like, you had a class 3 tear on your MCL. So what that turned out to be is apparently there's like this tendon and on the inside of your knee.
Yeah.
And when I hyperextended it, it snapped it completely. Yeah. Complete tear. Complete. That's supposed to require surgery to get it fixed. Have I ever had that surgery? Nope. They just told me, okay, well, I mean, if you're fine, I mean, I'm surprised you're still walking. He told me, this is the same motherfucker that made it sound like I was malingering, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that the whole story of this is to let you know what kind of great care you're going to be receiving from your TRICARE or your VA. But I mean, from where you're moving to, I don't think you'll have that much of a problem because since there's no VA areas around you, you'll be able to use private care, right?
I don't know. I haven't really looked into it. I just haven't had a chance. I think by March, that's when I'm going to start scoping out areas and getting more familiar with the areas.
Mm.
I'm also waiting on some opportunities to come up that could change everything completely.
Oh,
I got a job
really?
offer that we're seeing if it falls through or like goes through, then I might reconsider that move. But there's a lot
Word.
of things that are going on right now.
So, are you thinking about staying in the same area where you're at right now, or in the general area of where you were headed to?
Up by the coast, the nearest coast town.
Oh, okay, right there where you're at.
Yeah,
Oh, wow. Okay,
yeah,
cool, cool.
yeah.
I
Working there.
personally, I wouldn't stay there personally. It's a little too diverse for me, and I'm being real, bro. I'll tell you. There's like it's funny because if it's the town that I'm thinking of, the city that I'm thinking of, the nearest big city where you're at,
Yeah.
um, it's funny because it has a very famous area towards a waterfront, I'll say.
Yeah.
And if you go like 6 or 7 blocks away from that on the street called Martin Luther King, you better be locking your doors, chief.
I don't. I mean,
Oh,
it's. I've grew up in a lot of like different towns and stuff, so it wouldn't. I don't know. I
it's,
just
it's,
wouldn't.
I'm just saying it's more of the darker complexion folks there. It's just a little bit different than where you grew up. Believe that.
Nah. I mean, I like I said, I grew up in a very like diverse environment and stuff with people from all walks of life. I've
IB is a
lived
little bit
in
different.
I've lived in different areas, man. It's not something that I think about. Like
I got you.
it's not a big deal for me.
No, I got you, man. No, honestly, in all, with all jest aside, it's actually a beautiful town there. I like the town that's in between where you're at and that one big city, the RH one. I
Yeah.
like that place. You know what I'm
We can
saying?
just say it. I was just trying to like be brief and stuff. It's really, Savannah. I want to work in
Oh,
Savannah. There's a
okay.
university there. I applied for a position at the university there,
Okay.
and they asked for a resume. I gave it to them. If they offered me a job in Savannah to work at the school there, I would fucking take it in a heartbeat.
Is it like ROTC type or what?
No, it's IT.
Oh, okay. To be like an instructor there on in IT.
No, a computer like a
Oh, like
computer
working
network guy.
shit.
Yeah, computer network and stuff.
Oh,
That's my degree,
okay.
so that's what I would be doing.
Right on, man. Hey, well, good luck to you on that, especially because I think the cost of living is a lot better there than it would be in the other place where you're planning on going to. So,
Well, I mean, I'd work there, not necessarily like live there. Richmond Hill is a good spot, but that's
hmm
also expensive. Pooler is a pretty big, like up and coming ate with a lot of houses there, so that's
Okay.
another good spot.
How about Ludowici? Not the greatest place, huh?
Oh, fuck this place, man.
Does it still smell like paper mill out there?
Nah, I don't really smell it. It's only like on off hours.
Oh, dale. Yo, dude, I was tripping out, man. I was scoping out some shit on TikToks. I don't even know. Well, it came out on my YouTube Shorts, bro. Are you aware of like the YouTube Shorts and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's kind of like TikTok in a
Yeah.
way. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's this I guess they call her a e-girl or something like that. She's like the psyops chick. She's cute. Her name is Luhan. Um, but anyways, I don't know how I feel about, the way she represents herself in uniform, but I kind of understand it because like a lot of fools are saying like it's like a recruiting campaign to get the new soldiers in.
Why is she like doing something like provocative to get people in?
Not
Or?
provocative per se, but it could be perceived provocative in a way that how can I put this? I'll say this. Nerds would love her. Um you want me to show you what it is?
Let's go, man.
You cool with it? All right, cool.
Yeah.
I didn't want to turn this into a reaction because I don't want you to feel like you're being side bust or anything.
Nah,
But
I don't care.
oh, okay, well, cool. But yeah, dude, it tripped me out because she's a cute little thing. She's young as fuck. But she's cute and she does like these funny things, but it's weird. I don't know how to explain it. Like
I'm
I'll
feeling
show
all
you.
sorts of tingly inside when I see her.
Oh, you will. You will. I'm sure you've already seen her before too.
Nah, I'm probably, I don't know.
I'm pretty positive. If you haven't seen her, there's something wrong. Because she's all over the place. Share screen. And what she does is like these TikTok type trends or these weird trends that are happening out there. Like I just don't know like how I feel about it.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
So see, it's like it's corny, but I still don't know how to feel about that shit that is being put on the interwebs. You know what I'm saying? In uniform.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
don't.
bugs me.
I think it's funny because I made a video in 2007 on deployment. We're in deployment in uniform, and back then you would share like videos of the beginnings of YouTube. We did some silly shit in uniform. I think there was, and then like all the armies were doing like silly, like crazy shit. We did like a techno dance video where we
I
made a kite.
remember when the Harlem Shake, for example.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's we've been doing that for like a long time. There's always been videos and stuff. It's mostly been dudes before.
We just have to work harder. We have
Me gassing my platoon up after we lost 80%
to
of our
shoot
soldiers.
better. We have to play better. Get your ending.
So I mean, I just don't understand. I mean, I get it, but I don't at the same time. I don't know why and I don't want to, make it like a misogynistic type shit because I don't like it when dudes do that shit either. You know what I mean? But she's not doing anything like guess that's disrespectful per se. But I don't know how I feel about her. You know what? What you feel about her, Nico? Is that his name, Nico?
All right, sign me up.
Pretty much born for this job.
Question. Can I bring my own shotgun?
When do we learn knife fighting?
Settle down, boys. One at a time. One at a time. What the hell is going on here? Ever since that PsyOps girl exploded on social media, tons of simps have been signing up with the hopes of trying to meet her.
I just want to meet her.
I don't want to sound creepy or anything, but where did
So yeah. What are your thoughts on that, man?
I don't like.
If
I've
any.
seen. I don't know, man. It's just she whatever she's doing, she figured it out and it's working.
It
I mean,
is.
her
I
job
mean,
is psyops. You know, like
more
work.
power to her, right?
Yeah, it works.
I mean, like I said, I mean, I guess because you know what it is? I think it is, Urena. I think it's the fact that I'm still stuck in GWAT, in the GWAT era of the army, and this is more the garrison army, right?
Yeah.
Because I know during GWAT we did make videos, we made stupid videos, we did dumb shit. You know, like for example, I know there was a video of this one dude. I guess you could say water skiing on the desert on top of a radar dish. You know, but that was kept internally among us. It wasn't something you put on YouTube.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of YouTube videos of deployments. There was the one video where the guy was he's doing the voice of Will Ferrell does the voice like, if the moon was made of cheese, would you eat it? I would. And he would interview local Iraqis making that voice. But the Iraqis didn't know what the hell he was saying because he's speaking in English. And then the guy made that video. I've seen videos where like dudes are doing crazy shit in their Humvees. Like I said, I made a video a bunch on YouTube back then. There was just a lot of it.
Yeah.
On deployment, a third of the military and the entire military was deployed. So we've always been doing it. Even the 80s, you can find videos in the 90s, the 80s.
It just wasn't spread out as it is nowadays, I guess, you know?
Yeah, easily accessible, no.
That.
But it was on YouTube and stuff. People would find out YouTube was like the first, or that war was like the first real televised on YouTube social media war.
Yeah, I mean, you're right on that. You're right, but I guess what I'm getting at is I'm starting to lighten up a little bit on my vet broness, I guess you could say, you know, but at the same time not, you know, because I'm looking at it right now about the shit. I mean, you seen the news about what's going on right now with motherfucking 3 U.S. soldiers were killed out in Jordan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With Iranian backed. I mean, that's just the politics of beating that war drum. You know what I'm saying? They need to make that money somehow. So you're on your way out. So fuck it.
It's stupid, man. Like what pisses me off is that they're sitting there. They're sitting there. Granted, they're getting paid tax-free money, but they're sitting there because somebody made an agreement and stuff. There's no like commander going, hey, next week we're gonna win this war, or we're gonna take this objective and like win this war. It's not a winnable war that people are like, hey, let's win it. There's no appetite for that. Nobody's ever, even in Iraq and Afghanistan, you never heard a fucking guy said, hey, we're gonna do this battle because we're trying to win the war.
Right.
Nobody wants to win the shit. They're happy with just showing up, not dying. There's nothing wrong with that. Showing up, not dying, and then heading back from the rotation because it's normal. It's normal to deploy. It's normal to do this shit. And then people will die. We're probably not going to respond or some nonsense. Like 2 years ago, we had the Iranians fucking launched a ballistic fucking missile. Oh, hold on.
Looks like somebody's battery done died.
Yeah.
Well, while he's getting that set up, oh shit, I have not seen those colors since the goddamn 90s. That meant it was time to go to sleep. Yeah, we hear you, fool. We just can't see you. Right now we're looking at the gay pride rainbow. Are you coming out the closet, fool?
Let me see.
Well, while he's doing that, folks, thank y'all for joining us here on the Gunline podcast, where we just chop it up and shoot it out. So while he's fixing it, let me go ahead and give you all a rundown. If this is your first time, normally what I like to do on the Gunline is just have a conversation with folks like we would do out on the field. Have those conversations where you're just amongst friends, amongst your peers. Out here in this villain sector, you try to have these conversations, but 9 times out of 10, you can't. Hey, there's my homie back again. All right.
There we go. That is
So,
switch cameras.
I got you, pimp. Look at you, Mr. High Speed. Has so many cameras, dude. I gotta invest in a different camera so I could put it behind me. Like, first of all, I'm investing in a green screen.
Oh, that's a good choice. They're like $20 on Amazon.
I done checked them out already. Yeah, that's the first thing I'm gonna buy is because this virtual background kills me, like, and I hate it like with a passion, bro. I mean, because look, I mean, I'm always like getting stuck into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I hate that. I freaking hate that. But this is what you'll have to look at if you don't have a green screen. Which I'll just flip this way so it doesn't look so bad.
Yep.
All right, there we go. But yeah, dude, where were we? Damn, I look like
yeah. So nobody wants to win shit. Nobody wants to do anything. We're so used to, as a country, of just like fighting these fucking unwinnable wars. People make money off it. It's like we destroy our equipment so we can buy new equipment. Taxpayers pay for it and shit. Defense people, like, oh man, our budget has not changed. We've got $700 and something billion in fucking defense spending. That's just us, and that has not changed even when the wars ended. It's like somebody said, "Oh shit, the wars are almost over. We need to like justify keeping that same quality of life, keeping that same money, because if the wars end, and you're like, well, there's no wars to support. Let's lower the budget to like $600 billion, and people are like, oh shit. There's people that like will fight tooth and nail to maintain that the budget doesn't go below $700 billion, because they in their mind, if it goes down, it's never going to come back up.
Right.
Which, I mean, it could happen. Like, that might be true, but why is that wrong?
Exactly. Why save the money? Why not save the money? What's funny is you mentioned something right now, which was the quality of life. And I think that, since we're not in the GWAT no more, we need to be spending that money on the quality of life of soldiers. 9 times out of 10, you'll hear me talk a lot of shit about the way the soldiers are acting. And, I think you and I have both come to a consensus that a soldier's only going to do what a soldier is allowed to do. You know what I'm saying? A private is only going to get away with what you allow them to do. But one thing I did check out, man, I saw this tour that the Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps, I don't know if you've seen that video that he did about the walking around his barracks. Bro, those barracks are fucking fire, bro. Have a gym in there, a little area for them and all that. And I think that's the type of shit we need to be focusing on for these soldiers, the quality of life. Because I saw some soldiers that were in the barracks on videos, and I mean, you can only blame the soldiers so much for not upkeeping their fucking their room. Yeah. At some point or another, there's got to be a higher power that's got to be like, okay, you know what? Let's knock these old fucking barracks down and build some up. I know that we built some new barracks out there in Fort Hood, right there where the Popeyes is, across where my battalion was 277, which turned into 582. Where they were at, the barracks back there were all brand new. They were built when we were getting ready to leave. That was back in 05. So, I mean, those were nice compared to the stacks that they were living in before,
Yeah.
So I think they should focus on that quality of life for the soldiers, rather than and training, obviously training, rather than hey, let's go get involved with another fucking war that we can't afford, like Ukraine. And I don't know about you, but if I was growing up in this generation and I saw how Afghanistan was handled, as far as like the pullout, I wouldn't want to join. Like you said, there's no what's the word I'm looking for? Like you were saying, there's no like end game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what
the thing about that is, like, I disagree with the way it worked out, how they like pulled out. I thought that was like stupid. I think it was a necessary stupidity though, because if we didn't just like flat out just leave, which ironically, the stupid part is the government tells people, "Oh, we left these countries, but we're still there." Like we just changed the name of what they're fucking doing. Like, how do we still have people in Iraq to this point? Didn't we pull out like fucking 10 years ago? Pulled out like 3 times, dude. That's why like we're the worst at pulling out.
Our pull-out game is weak.
Our pull-out game is fucking weak, bro. But if we did sincerely, which I don't think we did, but if we did sincerely pull out of Afghanistan, which I really don't think we did, because they will just change the name of the people that are there. They'll be like, oh no, they're just trainers or advisors,
Right.
so they're not combat troops.
Right.
But if we did pull out, it was necessary to do it. Like we were there long enough, bro. Like nobody was like getting shit done. Iraq, pull the fuck out. We're still there. Like we're not getting shit done. Nobody's trying to win anything.
Right.
Providing fucking security for who? For the people that don't want us there?
Oh, well, there was no end state. In other words, like, I mean, the commander's intent, there was like no end state to it. You know, like what defined winning? I mean, after we got Saddam and he was executed, then what? There was a big ass vacuum left there for everybody. Just the Sunni and the Shia start killing each other. You know, then you have Muqtada al-Sadr. Oh, that was a glamorous city to fucking cruise by. Trust. Did you ever get to go to Baghdad?
Yeah, a few times to visit.
Oh, good old Sadr City was great. They loved us there.
The thing that gets me is right. There's all this shit going on with like Ukraine and Israel, and then the U.S. is like your little brother that wants to help out, wants to fight, right?
Right.
So let's just say Israel's like the middle child, and the U.S. is like, hey, you need our help, we got you, or whatever. We're just not going to help you directly. We're going to throw some like rocks from the distance. We're going to give you some stones or whatever. Israel's like, hey, just let me fight, bro. Just let me fight. Like, I'm going to beat the shit out of this guy. So then they beat the shit out of the guy. And then your little brother's like, whoa, you beat him up too hard, man. And stuff. Like, we're
like
still
that
on your
Simpsons
side.
meme.
Yeah, we're still on your side. But like, you beat him up too hard. Can you tone it down? And Israel's like, nah, dude, like, you just fucking like cut me hard, and you said you got my back. No, I got you. We still support you. I'm just gonna go across the street really quick. So then the U.S. baby brother U.S. goes to the neighbor's house, and he starts like peeing all over the neighbor's yard. And then the guy that lives in the house is like, hey, dude, what are you doing? We'll say that the dude that owns the house is Iranian, and then Iran's like, hey, dude, what are you doing in my fucking front yard? And the U.S. is like, it's a fucking America. Like, we're here to fight. What's up? What you got? And Iran's like, nah, dude, we don't want to fight. Like, we don't want to get involved. Like, but get off my yard, man. You're on my property. Oh, this property? This property right here, it looks like my property. Do something. Oh, and then baby U.S. is like throwing rocks at the windows and shit. And Iran's like, cut it out, man, because we're gonna retaliate. We're gonna like attack back. Not us directly, but my cousins who live next door and stuff. We'll call them Houthi. They might get upset. And Houthi's like, what are they doing? Right. Hey, get off his fucking yard, U.S. And then the U.S. is like, how dare you hit me? I'm bleeding. Hey, you just fucked up. You just fucked up.
You fucked up, right?
And Iran, you're going to watch me fuck these dudes up. And Iran's like, I just wanted you off my yard, bro. Like, get the fuck off my yard. So then the U.S. is beating the shit. Then here comes Britain. It's like, whoa, mate. Like, you fucking with my mate here. And then Iran's like, dude, just get off my fucking yard. Get out. Oh, no, I'm not going to tolerate that accent there, mate. And then the UK's beating up the Houthis too. Everybody's beating up the Houthis. And then Israel's like, what are you guys fucking doing? Hey, we're supporting you by beating up your dumbass neighbors, the fucking Iranian Houthis, because we got your back, bro. Not directly, but we got your back.
Right.
That is what's going on.
Right this now. Motherfucker broke that shit down Barney style to the level. If you're on the streets, you understand that shit. God damn, man. You know, it's a trip though. Honestly, with this whole world policing that we're doing, it's getting out of control, man. It really is. And then being an election year, I'm just waiting to see what other fucking shenanigans are gonna pop up that either are gonna help Biden look good which I don't think he can do anything, but they'll try to make it sound good. Like right now, they're trying to work a deal with this fucking with this border shit, bro. Oh my god, that's another fucking crisis in itself, bro. I mean, why can't we just mind our own business, man?
There's no money in that.
True, dude. I don't know. In the meantime, we got Ukraine, which is a proxy war. Who's making money there?
We are, and they are, obviously.
How are we making money? By
it's
we?
easy. Yeah, it's easy, bro. So
Break
the
that
US,
shit down.
oh, dude. All right. So it's very obvious too. So anybody wants to fact check, by all fucking means, right? So obviously Ukraine's making a bunch of money because we're just like, hey, here's 30 billion. Like the last 2 years, we're like, oh, we just gave them $5 billion, $2 billion, $8 billion, and stuff. It's like it's just handing them fucking chump change, right?
Right.
The U.S. had an inventory that we sent to them, like a stockpile of equipment, like Paladins, Bradleys, tanks, and all that shit, F-16s and all that shit. We gave them all that shit, refurbished. We gave them all the training. The trainers get paid, right? They get paid in contractors, and it's not going to be active duty, maybe sometimes and stuff. Somebody's got to train them on the Paladins. Somebody's got to train them on the fucking Bradleys and the fucking all this shit. So all these contractors that are prior service, I'm sure, got made. Hey, if you work in it, hey, make your money, dude. Whatever, because the spigot's open. So now we give them all this shit, right? And let's say we're supposed to have 100 tanks at all times. That's what keeps us ready. We tell people the U.S. is ready because we have 100 tanks. We just gave these dudes 40 tanks, though. We need 40 more to replace those tanks because because we're not ready. So what do we do? Hey, let me get a contractor that can make tanks and stuff. We need a brand new upgrades because we just gave up our old shit to the fucking Ukrainians. Oh, hey, we got you, fam. Boeing here. Fucking BAE. Hey, we got you, dude. When do you guys need it by? The next 5 years and stuff? Can you pay all these contractors to make these fucking tanks? We're going to make them more expensive than the last ones. So, oh, hey, we're the USA, baby. We got you. Fucking boom. So now these dudes are making tanks. These guys are sending rounds. We got factories and shit hiring people left and right to make ammunition to push out to these people. And then we got a different factory somewhere else making ammunition to replace the ammunition that these dudes sent over there. These dudes are making money. These dudes are making money. Everybody's making money, bro. Like,
except us.
Nah, unless you get involved in that sector, in that field.
Right.
I'm not gonna hate on you if somebody says, "Hey, man, you're just hating because, like, if it was you, dude, you'd be saying a different tune." Fuck yeah, dude. If you're gonna pay me $200,000 to do a basic ass job, like sell a bullet to a fucking Ukrainian or whatever, and the government's paying for it, yeah, I'm gonna do it and stuff. I'm just telling you that it's happening. I'm not gonna be a hypocrite and tell you that I wouldn't do it. I'm just gonna tell you that that's what's happening. And if you don't believe that's happening, I can't. I don't know. You're stupid. Like you are. Like you just gotta. People are making money. This is how you make money. This is how you keep the defense budget up high. Because now we got to tell people, hey, if we don't maintain the $700 billion and stuff, we're gonna fall below. We're gonna lose like all this outdated equipment and blah blah blah. Like we're just. It's a game.
It's the military-industrial complex, right?
That's what
it's
it is.
It's a trip, bro.
That's what it is. People are making money.
You know what? Well, thank you for your service, and thank you for being done with that monkey suit soon. I think you're gonna. What are your expectations when you get out, dude? Like, what's like? Are you gonna like first of all just get yourself a fat bowl and just?
Yeah, the very first day, actually, the very next day, in this hoodie. I'm like, I guarantee it's gonna be in this hoodie, and you're gonna know. And yeah, man, I had a good run. Glad it's over. Fucking.
You think you're leaving the army in good hands?
I don't care. I stopped caring. Like I don't think about it. I did my piece of the pie. I trained my people.
Yeah.
They're training their people. I know those guys, and I know they do great by staying in. Anything outside of that, don't care. Like it's because then I'm gonna stress about it. I don't want to stress about it. I'm gonna think about it all the time, and I'm gonna be like, oh, maybe I could have changed. Nah, man. The machine's been working since fucking 17 whatever. I'm just a small like cunt hair of that they contributed a cunt hair amount to the force. I did my time. I could change what I could. I couldn't change what I couldn't, and it's time for me to move on. And that's it.
Yeah. Well, I know you stopped caring a long time ago. I need to stop caring. I can't. I don't know why. I mean, I don't want people to think I'm one of those guys that think that my whole life revolves around my military service. It doesn't. I just care about the future of our country, and I'm sure that there's veterans, above my generation that were thinking that about how weak we were and all stuff like that. But I don't know if it's that maybe because I think that I hate to say it, Urena, maybe I'm wrong, but I think our generation was not a weak generation compared to the Gen Zers.
Like I said,
You don't
they're
care.
only weak because we let them be weak. I met a lot of kids that are like very disciplined, high speed, aggressive people.
Yeah, and I mentioned that actually. I think in one of my old recordings, one of the last videos, that I think I don't want to think that the whole army or the whole military is all these pussified ass people. I want to think that you still have your hard charging, barrel chested fucking soldiers. You know what I mean? They just don't go out and publicize themselves like the crybabies do. But when you think about it, at least when I think about it, there's this video I saw, bro, and if I could find it right now, I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna play it on here, okay? It's this scares me. I'm not gonna lie, this really scares me, bro. Let's see. Shite. No. No. Give me one quick second here. Videos for reaction. There we go. That one. Oh God. No. Okay. I don't know if you heard any of that. Did you hear any of that right now?
I had a little bit.
Okay. Hopefully. Do you see this video though?
Yeah.
Okay. This popped up on my feed, bro. Okay. And I had to record this. And I just want you to take a look at this and listen to the lyrics. If it plays. Hijo de tu puta madre, hombre. Oh, here we go.
Stop bullying me. A nice person doesn't bully others. Include me, don't exclude me. Or you will see my inner darkness.
This is your final warning
to stop bullying me.
Before I tell
That's it.
On you.
That's a joke. That's gotta be a joke. No, that's a joke, man. No, it's not real. It's not real.
Bro, I saw
real.
this and I'm like, please, God, no.
It's not real.
I hope not.
I refuse to believe that.
Yeah, I'm glad you refuse to believe that. But unfortunately, I don't know how to take that video because it almost sounded like a threat when they said my inner darkness is gonna come out, bro. I'm starting to think like sound a little Columbine-ish there, but
It's not real. That's not real. No.
Oh man. Hey, you want to react to one more video with me, man?
Let's do it.
All right, cool. I know this wasn't gonna be a reaction, but let's do it. Because I'm not gonna send out a Vebro reaction tonight. I wanted to react to a mandatory fun day. There's a video that he has out about the senior NCOs or the seniors meeting with the Congress, and I haven't seen it yet. So I kind of want to see that.
People get too excited about that shit. I think I know what they're talking about. All the like the sergeant majors and stuff from all the different branches got together so they can bring like their things, bro. And then people get excited because you feel like, oh, they're gonna really talk on the subjects, bro. Like,
dear Americans, part and Constitution.
Sorry. It popped up. My bad, bro. Nice. See, normally what I would do, just so y'all know, I would have these already loaded on here, and then I just click on it. But what were you saying about the sergeant majors?
People get too excited, man. Like they're gonna actually like speak out and say some shit. Like the military, we're conditioned to, if we gotta just tell people, if somebody asks you in your unit, like what problems are you facing in your unit, and it's a superior, right? Imagine like a general comes down to your battery,
like a sensing session,
and asks you like, hey, what's going on in your unit? Like everything good to go? Everything's like anything messed up that I can do at my level? Are you the sergeant first class, the staff sergeant, the sergeant going to tell that general what's really up?
No, of course not.
No. So you got these senior enlisted people, right? That they've been used to that kind of mentality for the longest time, talking in front of fucking Congress. Do they want to fucking air out their dirty laundry and tell people that their organization's fucked up, that they can't handle it? You're even taught that to think that way in project management as well. Like, no, I need to handle it at my level. And
Right.
so I can't give you something that I can't handle. And so like for these dudes to go up there, they're not gonna say shit. They're gonna tell them problems, and then they're gonna give them solutions that they've already figured out to these problems and stuff.
Right.
So it seems like they're on top of their shit. Like,
well, the way it's supposed to be, honestly. I mean, if you're gonna come up with any problems, you got to have solutions for them. You know.
But that's the thing. Like, I can't see them going like moldy barracks. I can't see them going up there saying, "Hey, we got moldy barracks in the army, and like there's a lot of bureaucracies, and I need to get this fixed immediately.
Right.
What can you guys do to help?" And so that general is going to look at you, civilian or whatever, is going to look at you like, thanks for the feedback. Yeah.
More fucking bureaucracy on top of it.
We got you. We'll look into it. We'll look into it. Appreciate. That's the kind of stuff. This guy right here is the kind of stuff that we're looking for. Good round of applause to the dude. Next guy, Marines. What do you guys got? Oorah, oorah.
Rah rah crayons.
And everybody's forgotten about this dude. Like nobody wants to stir the pot. Nobody wants to fucking change anything.
Right.
You don't want to put yourself out there, because if you put yourself out there too much, then you become a target. It's just the mentality of the military, just the way it works. And it's unfortunate because people get too excited when they hear about shit like that. They're like, oh, these sergeant majors are gonna really like go up there and talk on our behalf. They're not.
Well, we'll see tomorrow what Mandatory Fun Day says. I like watching his content because he's funny at a lot of shit that he does. And sometimes he kicks down some shit, and I like to listen to it. And the way I like to react to him is like I'm having a conversation with him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because the way he talks is he just talks funny to me. Anyways, so yeah, I'll be reacting that tomorrow. I'll send you a invite if you want to come on down. Because I mean, being that you're still active and a senior enlisted, you have a better grasp on it than or a senior NCO, I should say. You have better knowledge of it than I would, especially, I mean, I've been out for fucking 9 years. So fuck 9 years, bro. Can you imagine? All right, let's see what the homeboy got to say over here. All right, this is things you need to know before you start talking crazy to a military member, part 2. I haven't seen part 1.
Dear Americans, part 2. Remember, we 1000% support and defend the American Constitution. But it's still some things that you need to know. Okay, here we go. Number 1, if you have not rode in a convoy and the top speed was 35 for at least 25 miles, do me a favor, turn your blinker off and stay in your lane, bitch. Number 2, if you have never had to take a baby wipe shower during a field exercise, you will never understand the real definition of body odor.
Ooh, I gotta put it right there. Hold up. I think some people smelled nastier when they did a baby wipe bath. That shit was gross, bro. Oh, I can smell it, bro. Like the smell of patas. You know what I'm saying? Oh God, dude, I never did baby wipes. I don't know about you. What I would do is like every so many days, I would go to the wood line, or right there next to the gun, I will put the drip pan, put a black bag on it, and then just have the 5-gallon jug drop down on me by one of my soldiers holding it, and then just wash up like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But baby wipe bath, that stank. Did you use baby wipes, fool?
I did at NTC.
Oof.
Yeah, it was rough.
When were you in NTC last?
Dude, I don't remember, man. I've been there like 6 times.
Oh, shit. And it always ends the same way with us getting our asses whooped. Dude, I'll tell you, NTC, my rotation that I did over there with who did I go up there with? Did I go with 277 or 19? I think I went with 19. We went with 19 out there. And I thought it was pretty cool. They had actors, bro, that were like real amputees.
Yeah.
And when we attacked this one village, like we went to this one town, this village, and it got blown up during the meetings, and we had to go lay down. It was badass.
They don't really do, like, artillery definitely doesn't do that anymore. You'll never see it. You'll never. It's saved for like the infantry and all that stuff.
For maneuver elements.
Yeah, the artillery they're going just constantly moving for like once you get in there, you're constantly gone. Like you're out there doing the training for fucking the 20 days or whatever.
Because we did maneuver shit for one portion, and then the second portion was artillery, and that shit got to the point where it was stupid. Because I don't know if you guys had to fire notional rounds.
No, now they fire live rounds.
Thank God.
Everything's live, and then you see the paladins going over the hill and shooting. Like, yeah.
They get to do their job. That's cool, huh?
Yeah.
Notional rounds is not the way to go. It was stupid. We didn't even pay attention to those stupid papers. It was retarded. Then they were telling us that we had to load up the paladin with these notional rounds, bro. And we had to do it notionally with what is that shit called? Remember what's that shit called, man? The work limit that you have, like, 1 hour per. If it's too hot outside, there's like a work rest cycle.
Yeah.
Bro, we would have taken forever to notionally load that shit. We're like, ma'am, we're not doing this stupid shit. We had to tell that LT, like, we're not doing that. She wanted us to mimic that shit, bro. That shit wasn't happening, Chief. You got, bitch, just because you fucking dropped that goddamn flat rack, don't mean that we're going to go walk to that flat rack and pretend we're humping 98 pounds in our hands. How stupid is that? That's almost as stupid as Sergeant Roycroft saying, take your finger out the trigger well. Bitch, we ain't held no weapons. We literally were walking with our hands as if we had weapons. This motherfucker was telling us to take our finger out of the trigger well.
Like, train as you fight, who?
Train as you fight. I'm 100 with that, though, baby. You right, motherfucker. Oh, God. That fucking, hey, dude, convoy, 35 miles an hour. Dude, we were trying to haul ass in that bitch, dog, going down Tampa. And you hear that engine going, wee.
Yeah, we're going 55 miles an hour on route Tampa all the time.
Hell yeah, dog.
We got places to be, man. We ain't trying to sit around.
Yo, dude, did you ever do anything like to keep the IA happy? Like, for example, like at the checkpoints. You know how the checkpoints were like every bridge on Tampa when you were going south?
Yeah.
All right, so like when we were going to Alhilla, it was hot as fucking balls out there, bro. And I had this big ass cooler full of ice and water. So as I would roll by the fucking by the IAs, I would chuck, dude. I got it down to a science of when to release the water bottle so that would slide and stop right where they were at on their Humvee under the fucking under the checkpoint. They would love it, bro. They would love having water because those motherfuckers don't have water out there. So I kept the IAs happy so that they wouldn't in place IEDs or EFPs on the way back up. You know what I'm saying? Shit. And we didn't get blown up. So hey, I think it worked.
Yeah, I think that's right. That's where we messed up, I guess. We didn't stop and give them some cookies.
Water.
Yeah.
Dude, we were in Al Mansour out there in Mosul, the Al Mansour district they called it. That's where we got fucked up the first time. Handing out motherfucking soccer balls to these kids because the civil affairs wanted to go do their atmospherics. I fucking hate that word. For forever and a day I will hate atmospherics, bro. Anyway, sorry, getting wrapped up. Let's see what else he's got to say.
AKA swamp sack. Number 3, if you have never had to rub Vaseline on your thighs and or had to cut off your drawers in the middle of a rub because of the chafing, you ain't got nothing to say to me, partner. Okay, you feel me, my dog?
No. No, I don't feel that one, my dog. I done plenty of ruck marches being in a light artillery unit. I didn't chafe like that, bro. I don't recall that.
Some people with the big thighs, man, they just.
Is that fool got a big booty? Is that what it is?
I'm saying big thighs, man.
I heard thick thighs save lives, not chafe up your shit. I don't know, man. I know my feet were hurting like a motherfucker. God damn, my feet were hurt. You know, it took me forever and a day to learn that whole secret of using the motherfucking your Class A socks. I didn't know that one, man.
I never did.
Yeah, I did.
They just use the Army socks. You know, it makes it tough.
Motherfucker got rubber soles and shit now. Oh nah, Chief. I got tired of it, man. Because motherfuckers were putting like Vaseline and shit like that in their socks and stuff. Nah, somebody told me about using the Class A socks, put it under, and then put your regular green sock over it. That way it doesn't create as much friction as it would normally.
Huh.
So you wouldn't have a blister. You wouldn't blister up so much. You still get blisters, bro. You know, it's gonna happen after fucking 12 miles. It's gonna fucking blister up.
It just seems sweaty. It just seems like it's like swampy.
I don't know, man, but dude, you can't win, bro. I mean, I never bought the Converse boots. I was never one of those guys. You know, I always wore the Bellevilles. So fucking bro, DX baby.
Yeah, I need to get some. No, I don't. I don't need to get new boots. Finished with these boots. I've had them for like 5 years.
Hey, somebody responded to your to one of your comments on the Facebook page about the squaring away of the soldiers, bro.
Oh yeah. I was half asleep when I woke up and I read it. I get the argument. I think what he's trying to say is like you can do both. You know, you can do both, and it's not mutually exclusive or whatever. Like you don't.
I never understood that phrase. Don't use that phrase on me, nigga. I don't know what mutually exclusive means.
Like you can. It doesn't need to be. It's not one or the other. You don't have to like choose. You don't have to. It's not. I'm gonna do this one, but not that. Like you can do both, right? Is what he's trying to say.
I think personally that you need to be squared the fuck away. I'm sorry. I think me and you discussed it afterwards, actually, where we talked that E1 through E3 pin on.
The thing
E4 and above.
The thing is, it's if we did it because the generation that taught us about it was the peacetime army, and to them being squared away was showing up in increased uniforms. You started seeing less and less of it as when the ACUs came out, because now we're like, you're not gonna like press these uniforms in combat zone, and these aren't designed to be pressed. Now, do people still do it? Yeah, you could go to places like Korea where they did it because there was nothing else to do there. When you get bored, you start making up things. Did people do it in garrison? Yeah, but did you do it on deployment? Did you press your uniform on deployment?
I ironed it.
That's wild, man. But that's the thing. And that's fine. That's fine. It's just that uniform was designed for.
I'm tracking
the way it was, you know.
Yeah. The problem with go ahead.
And no, all I'm saying is that the generation that taught us that, they came up in a peacetime army for like the previous 20 years, the 90s and the 80s.
Right.
So to them, it was normal to press their uniform. They didn't do that at first. It evolved into that, and then now they're not. It hasn't evolved into that. Nobody's saying, "Hey, we should do this," because they're constantly. I think if the army wasn't doing these Europe rotations and doing all that shit, you'd see soldiers going back to pressing and dry cleaning their uniform. We'd start making up things.
I think, honestly, okay, so it was just our platoon standard that we had. You know what I'm saying? When we were in Mosul, it was our platoon standard. Everybody was gonna iron their uniform, you know, and that was that. If you took them to the wash, when you got them back, you could iron your fucking uniform and hang them, and in your chew. You know what I'm saying? And then when we went to formation, we stood the fuck out. I mean, we looked fucking sharp, bro. And we just did, bro. We did. It is what it is. We had higher standards. You know what I'm saying?
I guess and that's fine. But then I guess I'd watch and I'd ask like, for who are you trying to impress?
Honestly, to me, look, man,
and only in the combat zone. Only in the combat
right.
zone. Not talking about in garrison. In garrison, I get it. And then there's more to that, by the way, for the garrison portion of it.
Mm-hmm. Well, for us, it was just, because you're a soldier. You're a Now, look, man, if you're out there fucking humping and you're going on a motherfucking, let's say those fools out in Afghanistan that were out there out in the mountains for a week or two going on a mission, you know what I mean? That's completely obviously different. Your experiences will vary. We were on a fob and a chew, and our missions were patrols.
If you tell me, I guess this is what I look for. If you tell me, say I'm like the colonel or whatever, and then I see it. If you tell me, I ask you, hey, why are you guys all dressed like this? Like, why are you guys pressing your uniform in this combat environment and stuff? If you told me, sir, it's because I want to kill these people, and I want the last thing that they see is a well-dressed man killing me, then I'd go, oh fuck, carry on.
That's fucking fire.
Carry on. By all means, fucking carry on. If I hear that, I don't give a fuck about anything else. Fucking you, Charlie Mike, with the fucking you iron that shit good, dude. Because I want to, the last thing I want to see is a fucking sharp dressed person killing me. But if that's not your response, and then your response is just so I could, I don't know. If you tell me,
look like a fucking soldier to me, it looks like a fucking soldier, man. To me, you're a soldier. All right, you're a fucking soldier. Look, man, check this out. If you're 9 times out of 10, when you were out in fucking on the fob, when you're back from a mission, you change out of ACUs and you were back in your PTs.
Yeah.
All right. So that's all there was to it. Now, the only times that we weren't in PTs was when we were probably either going on mission or on information. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or battery formation or battalion formations. So yeah, we still look squared the fuck away. It's just what we did. That was just our platoon, bro. And I mean, I'm not gonna hate on it. We look fucking good. We look pimped out when we went on mission. We look fucking good. We look like soldiers. I'm not taking anything away from the other soldiers that didn't do it out there. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody has their own mission that they had to do.
Yeah.
But it's just the standard that we had. It's, for example, like, motherfuckers still doing PT out there in PT tests while we're out in fucking Mosul in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
That's not necessary. And one of the things that really pissed me off, you want to go there, we had this one fat dude, Loomis. To me, it still bothers me. PFC Loomis was a big dude. Like, I'm talking about overweight dude. Hell of a fucking worker, though. Hard worker. And he gave you 100% even in PT. You know what I'm saying? He was just a big dude that couldn't lose it because he ate a lot too. But when we got fucked up during one of our missions, he had earned his cab, and General Ordierno was coming to pin him on. All right, so it's gonna be one of those fucking dog and pony shows because Ordierno's coming down, old Ray. Well, he was also gonna be given a coin, because of that from General Ordierno. They didn't want to first award him the cab because he was overweight, therefore should be flagged. And then they didn't want him to be in the formation because they didn't want old Ray to look at him and be like, how's this fat motherfucking jalopy over here? Why is he so overweight? You know what I mean? Honestly, that pissed me off, bro, because he was good enough to bring over here to almost fucking die. How are you going to fucking try to take away an award that he earned? All right, this wasn't something that was written up like, oh, you attaboy. This was something that we were in some shit. We got out of the shit. We survived.
But that's what happens in a looks-based system.
Right.
You don't see it right now because something that we did away that impacted the looks-based system. I don't know if that's the real fucking term, but I just made that up. When we took away the DA photo, we took the DA photo away. So now the Army doesn't go off of how you look, right? Psychologically, that trickles down, because then if I don't care how I look, because the Army's not going to take that into consideration when, for me to get promoted, then I'm not going to tell people to like, hey man, you got to dress sharp, you got to look good, because eventually you're going to have to take a picture to get promoted. That's all gone. So then that trickled down to staff sergeants. Staff sergeants don't want to fucking Like I don't give a fuck. Like they don't care about that. Why do I gotta look good? Nobody knows as long as my record's straight. And then that trickles down to the E5s. The E5s are like, oh, my Chief's fucking
garbage.
Doesn't look like this. So that's what right looks like to me, and it trickles down.
Dude.
So I think if you implemented the DA photo, you brought that shit back, you'd see a culture change. Because now people would go, oh shit, people are looking at me and making sure that my uniform's straight. It looks fucking squared away. Let me start changing it up. And then those people are going to tell the juniors, like, hey, just a word of advice so you get used to it now. So when you get to this point, you're ready. Start worrying about your uniform and how it looks.
But see, that should be instilled from day one in boot camp, though, bro. That should be, I mean, it should have been. Imagine walking to the 95th. Imagine going across the fucking tracks, and then imagine seeing your drill sergeants looking dirtbaggish, bro.
Well, the soldiers aren't gonna know.
Bullshit.
The soldiers aren't gonna know.
You know what? Hold on. Let's finish this guy off here. Pause. That sounded bad. Let's go ahead and finish listening to what he has to say.
Not least, number 4. I'm going to say this louder for the people in the back. People in the back, can you hear me? All right, cool. If you have never served in any branch of the military, you do not have a right to talk shit to any of them, okay? I'm going to just put that out there. Now, me, I can talk about the other branches. Them my brothers and sisters in arms, right? But you, don't do it. Again, Matumbo finger. Don't do it, right? It's just like, I can talk stuff about my brother and sister, right? But if you start doing it, we on your ass, okay? So again, if you ain't never served, don't say shit, or we coming at you. You feel me?
I feel you, Big Pimpin'. That was funny. That was cute. Oh, man. All right. Well, let's go ahead and start wrapping this one up, Pimp, because I know you got probably things to do. And I don't want to take away from your time, but I do want to see one more. I want you to see this and tell me what you think. All right? You cool with that?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, bet.
Loading.
Yup. No lie, I gotta walk this wall every fucking day. I gotta walk all up and down this wall. And all the way back to all the way up there. By myself. Because I am a soldier. I am a heist. Nah, bro. This shit lame as fuck, bro. Now, if some shit were to pop off, and I'm by myself, I ain't got no radio to call nobody. I ain't got no backup. All I got, this my only backup. That's the only backup I got. So, yeah. We love fighting for a country that fights for us, right? Wrong.
I have 1,001 things I already see that I want to fucking just go off on, but I'll let you go first. What do you think of this video and this soldier?
If he's National Guard, then he got pulled out from what he's doing, and he's probably on the border mission when he should be home doing his job, like his normal job, but now he's doing the border mission, and then now he's walking alone. The organization doesn't care enough to like provide the resources, then I personally wouldn't care enough to fucking like look a certain way, dress a certain way. Like I'd give two shits. Nobody cares about me. And it probably doesn't have ammo either. He's just out there by himself. Somebody took him right now, nobody would know it. They'd be like, "Oh, I don't know what happened and stuff. We thought he had it under control." Fuck no, you never send a soldier by themselves. But they did to this dude for miles. There's nobody back there. So if he's feeling a certain kind of way, I don't blame him. I don't.
100%. 100%. The problem I have with all of this, though, that you just mentioned, he should be reporting to his higher up, not TikTok.
Can he though? Can he? I like the Army because we like to. I'm gonna use this term, gaslight, right? where we say something, but we really don't mean it. Okay, we like to say, "Hey, man, I've got this open door policy. Always welcome in. All right, guys, I'm that cool guy. Always come on in." Dude actually walks in with some problems. He's like, "Hey, did you talk to the 30 fucking people on the fucking list to be able to talk to me in this office first?" Negative, sir. Hey, go give him a heads up. Go talk to 30 other fucking people. Now, if the officer's like, "No, that's cool, man. Come on, talk to me." Real open, candid and shit. Sergeant Major walks by. Hey, True. What are you talking to the commander for? Oh, he had an open door policy. You gonna let me know? You gonna talk to the 30 fucking people that you gotta fucking approve? Now you gotta hear about it in formation. Hey, let me catch a fucking soldier going up to the commander is wasting his time and stuff. I know he's got an open door policy, but give us the courtesy. Okay, give us the courtesy to talk to us. Okay, so we're tracking. We're here for you, soldiers. We're here for you, right? I mean, if that sounds familiar, then yeah, because that's the way we fucking set it up. We set it up to make you feel like you have an opportunity to disclose all this shit. The reality is no, we don't.
Okay, hold on. Maybe the reality that you faced is that way.
Okay, tell me.
You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying,
yeah.
no, what I'm saying is if there was anything that I needed to handle, I try to keep it at the lowest level. You know what I'm saying? So first, yeah, I'm not gonna go talk to first sergeant without talking to my chief.
But what if this is a man that's kept it at the lowest level and these are the results? When you keep it at the lowest level and you don't bring it up, nothing changes because people pretend like they didn't hear shit.
Picking that up. However, maybe there should be a little bit of explanation about that before he jumps on there. Maybe he should say, hold up. Maybe he should have said something along the lines like, "Hey, check this out, TikTok. My leadership done fell my ass. That's why they got me over here walking along all these miles of wall by myself. I don't give two fucks about the way I look. That's why I'm not wearing my Kevlar. I'm not wearing my gloves. Oh, my M4 is on my back. I'm not carrying that little ready. What the fuck am I going to do that for? I don't have any ammo." I can get that, okay? But when we just go up there and just talk like this, like matter of factly, like you haven't, to me, in my eyes, he has not attempted to correct the problem yet. He's just going along with the ride versus attempting it. Huh?
That's a neat fuzzy.
So he doesn't know to talk to his first line.
No, not everybody does, man. Nobody comes into the art. I didn't know about that shit. I just knew that my NCO told me not to talk to anybody unless I'm told to do so. And so I know that the commander said that it's cool to talk to him, but I don't know what a commander really does.
I would never go to the commander without notifying my NCOs first.
He's not going to say anything. He's just the cog in the machine because that's what we're taught, man. That's what we tell people. Hey, you're just another body. You want to get out? Get the fuck out. We'll replace you.
I don't blame him for being the way that he is right now. I don't.
But that's the thing, though, right? Like, you can't in the army. You can't You can't be right. You can't. Like, we encourage you. We'll encourage you all day. Hey, man, if you got a problem, speak up. Speak up. But then you get punished if you speak up. So you don't speak up. And then when you do find a way to
give me an example.
Too easy. Fucking 2004, the dude that stood up in front of Donald Rumsfeld, right? Secretary of Defense or whatever the fuck he was, right? The dudes were rolling in fucking soft shell Humvees, fucking putting sandbags so they wouldn't get blown up and dying, right?
Right.
I'm sure this fucking Sergeant First Class told everybody, like, dude, this is not fucking safe. And everybody just said, yeah, we feel you, man. It's just the fucking way the system goes, right? So one day, Rumsfeld has a big fucking speech, and you can find this fucking video on YouTube, and it starts fielding questions. The guy gets up and he says, I don't know why we got to roll up in this equipment and stuff, like we're losing people are dying or whatever. And Rumsfeld fucking, his response is, you don't deploy with the equipment you want, you deploy with the equipment that you have. Shitstorm. And you know what ended up happening? That dude got fucking, everybody came down on this dude and shit because fucking he spoke out. He spoke out.
Right.
But what ended up happening that saved people's lives is we started getting up-armored Humvees.
Right.
More emphasis started going towards the fucking the safety of the individual soldiers. And it took one guy to bite the bullet, and fucking jump off the deep end, to speak out, jump the chain, jump fucking all these people. Because I'm pretty sure if he would have went through his chain of command, they would have said, nah, man, hey, I don't want that dude in there because he's going to fucking raise some issues, raise some eyebrows. don't ask this dude questions. Get rid of him or whatever. Put him on
That's a good
detail that
example.
day.
That's a very
But
good
no.
example. I appreciate that.
But he kept his mouth shut. He went in there when he found the opportunity. He said, "I'm going to save some fucking people's lives. And I'm going to speak out." And then Rumsfeld was the one that looked stupid for fucking saying, "You don't deploy with the shit that you want. You get the shit that you have." So pretty much suck it up, Buttercup.
Yeah,
What he
I
said.
get that. You know, and maybe Rumsfeld was trying to sound hua about things. And maybe if he would have had like some kind of a military background or been in some action, he would have had more empathy. You know what I mean? Maybe he would have had a little more empathy towards that. Us, because we were out there, we know it. Yeah. Dude, those fucking up armors were fucking garbage, by the way. Those 11-14s, Army, y'all fucked up. They were garbage. Talking about, ooh, they got ACs. They stopped working at about 115 degrees. So they suck balls.
He's out there. He's out there. He doesn't have the forum to do it. I'm telling you from experience right now. Like, I have a lot of complaints about a lot of shit that's not very Army. That's not working in a very efficient Army way.
Right.
But we don't have the forum to say, hey, dude, and because they know they're tracking. But if they don't address it, it's like it didn't happen. Right. Like nothing's wrong and stuff. Nobody's coming down there and saying, "Hey, soldiers, what's on your mind? We get it. You're on a border mission. Speak candidly to us."
Right.
Nobody's giving these dudes the opportunity. You can't really ask for the opportunity because now you feel like that kind of thing doesn't exist.
I feel you on that. I can feel that. I can feel that because I do know that sensing sessions did feel like they were garbage. But you know,
now they do this fucking survey, and then units are like the people that are supposed to respond to the surveys are pretending like they don't fucking see them. Right? Nobody's holding them accountable to respond to the fucking things in the surveys. So now the thought process is if I didn't see it, it didn't happen. So if they ignore it, it goes away, and then all of a sudden you get out thinking, "Oh, I have a great unit because nobody raised any concerns to me." That is what's going on in the military right now.
That's
where a lot of shit's going on, dude.
Yeah, that's garbage leadership, man. That's garbage leadership. And I remember we used to say garbage in, garbage out. You know what I mean? So we keep fucking putting in garbage. That's how we're gonna keep fucking having out there. You know, and I know that we had a conversation one time where we were talking about like, you know, sometimes I see the Army through these rose-colored glasses. You know what I mean? But I do think that in the era that we came up, at least with my specific NCO corps that I had, or the chain of concern that we had, they were actually about the soldiers. And all of it, I mean, it did start changing through the time as we were going up in rank. But just because some of it kept going left doesn't mean that I was going to go with it. You know, I kept with my structure that I was given, you know, and because of that, I'm a vet pro now and I'm toxic. So, but anyways, hopefully the military will correct itself, you know. I hope so because it's our kids that are going to have to fucking pay the prices. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's going to be our kids, bro. Our time is already over, right?
Yep.
So,
good luck.
But yeah, I guess, man. Well, you know what? Let's end it with something funny. How about that? We gotta end it. We can't end it all sad. So this one out here goes out to. Well, I'll let the person talk for themselves.
Hey, black man. I love you. I appreciate you. I adore you. Ain't nothing better than a black man to be in this world. If you're a black man, you're a king. You'll always be a king. Woo wee.
Lee Hunt, come get your girl, dog. Oh, goddamn, dog. Hey, black man, that's all you, Chief. Oh my God, dude. These are some of those times that I'm glad I'm not black. You know what I'm saying? I mean that, and I guess pretty much every other day of my life. But anyways, I thought we ended with something funny. I thought it was funny. So I guess you didn't think it was that funny, but I thought it was hilarious.
I could have gone without seeing that image, but hey, whatever.
Make sure you eat dinner. My daughter's telling me I gotta come eat dinner. So
That's right.
hey, man, I appreciate you being on here, man. I
Yeah,
really,
man.
really miss having our conversations because you know what's crazy to me? It's really like I like that you're kind of like the opposite of me. So you know, like at least mentality wise, you know, you kind of you give me the feedback. You know what I mean? It makes me think. Like sometimes I could be wrong, and sometimes I could be right. It's just that we don't agree.
I'm not, I don't go into this thinking, hey, I'm gonna be right or whatever. I just
Right.
I like to add a different perspective on things.
That's what I was trying to
I'm
say.
not saying I disagree with you.
Right.
I agree on a lot of things. It's just
But
I question my own thing too. So a lot of the stuff that anybody says, I
Mhm.
will like wholeheartedly agree with, but I will just vocalize
Yeah.
what the opposite sounds like. And if somebody changes their mind on that, it helps me decide what right is and stuff. So if somebody like if you're like, oh man, I like apples, and I tell you, but oranges exist too, man. Oranges are fucking just as good. And then you tell me, yeah, I like oranges, but this is why an apple is really good. Then I'm gonna be like, oh shit, no, he made a good case about the apples. Let me eat that apple and stuff. I still like oranges on the side, but the apple, damn, like he really. Like, I try to throw a curveball out there. He really sold his argument on the fucking apples. So now I'm an apple guy.
All right.
That's
Do
how I
me a
look at it.
favor before we cut this out. What did we talk about so I can put this in the description? Because I don't even know what we talked about anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Standards, soldiers, the uniforms, the war, Iran, Afghanistan.
See, we talk so much shit in a period of 1 hour and some change. Like I can go on, people. I want y'all to know I could go on and talking with Urena here for about easily another 2 hours, and we will touch on everything from military to civilian to back home to the Chargers sucking balls and
Oh, what
getting.
are you talking about? We got Harbaugh.
There you go. There
Who's
you
got
go.
better than us? Nobody.
So you think that's gonna be your saving grace there?
I don't know, man. We're gonna charger it up.
How do you feel? All right, who do you got in the Super Bowl winning?
I want the 49ers to win. Because
California
the
love.
Chiefs are my division rival, man. So I can't
Right.
I can't support them in any way.
I feel you on that. Me, I want I'm pulling for the Niners out of California love. That's the only reason. I really wanted Detroit to win.
I think all of America did.
Yeah. You know what pisses me off though, dog? I think we should have won. The Packers should have beat the 49ers that game. You know, he just got into his head. And you know, our field goal kicker, our kicker's gone, thank God. He's the one. I'm just gonna say this. If we would have beat the Niners, we would have beat the Lions. That's all I'm gonna say. And then we would have gone on to beat the Chiefs. We would have, because we beat them already once during the season. And anyways, all I'm gonna say is go Pack, go. Aaron Love, what the fuck? Jordan Love, you my boy, Blue. Aaron Love, what the fuck? Dude? But yeah, man. Hey, you think the fucking the Chargers will end up going back to San Diego one day?
No,
No,
ever. Not
you
ever.
were saying earlier you had written something along the lines of that San Diego doesn't support their teams.
Yeah. So think about. All right. Well, first off, the money, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if I were to sell a team from LA or a team from San Diego? Which one would sell for more money?
The one from LA.
From one, yeah. So what incentive I as an owner go from like taking my franchise in one of the most valuable markets to a market that's gonna devalue the team?
Because the Chargers are known for being from San Diego. I get it. They were in LA a long time ago, and then they went down there. But still,
yeah, but the Rams. Look at the Rams. The Rams moved from St. Louis to LA. Money talked.
money talks and bullshit walks. You right.
It was all money.
All right. All right. Well, with that being said, I guess we're both on the line here for the Niners. Hopefully they win. Good luck to whoever is gonna be playing in the next 2 weeks. That's it for today on this episode of the On the Gunline podcast. Check this out, man. If you made it this far, do me a quick favor. Go visit onthegunline.com and click on the Gunline support store. It'll say something like merch. Once you go on there, if you want to go ahead and help out the podcast, make sure you can go ahead and start off by subscribing to the channel on YouTube, or if you're on the podcast platforms, just subscribe on there. If you want to go ahead and help out and donate, you can go to onthegunline@gmail.com for the PayPal, or Cash App is going to be the money sign DEELOW1977. That's the money sign DEELOW 1977. With that being said, thanks again, Tyrone Portobello, aka he knows who he is. You have a good one, bro. Definitely a great conversation as always, and can't wait to see you retire, bro. So can't wait to see you retire. All right, pimpin'. You have yourself a good one. Rounds complete. End of mission. Gun line out. March order, y'all.